What the heck is going on, guys? How's everybody? Today we have a huge update, huge update. We are going to try to give you patch notes in under like 7 minutes, and then we are also going to release a very long, in-depth video going through it as well. It'll probably be more like half an hour, 35 minutes. So if you want to check that out, it should be out. If you're watching this like within the first hour, it won't be. But let's get into these notes super quick. There is so much to go over. So first we have these new symbols. So the new symbols, there's going to be 4 different types. I'm going to go into that more in depth obviously later, but 4 types, and this is going to be for your monsters. So how you are going to use these is, I believe you are going to take your leftover transcendence pieces in order to create these. As of right now, we are only going to have the gray ones and the green ones. I believe they're called normal and magic. So we're kind of getting tricked here in this picture because they are showing us legendaries and purples. However, that is all that's going to be available right now, and the higher grade ones are going to become available in a later update. So that's kind of good for right now. People aren't going to be able to get too far ahead. And then, as I said, yeah, it's going to be using your transcendence pieces, I believe, as well as how all the other things are in the game. You are going to be able to combine lower grade ones in order to hopefully get higher grade ones. So that is super cool and important. There are some pictures here just showing how they work and how the combinations work, but that is an exciting change and more stats to increase that power, which I know is what we're all looking for. Next is going to be Battlefield. So these changes I'm very excited about. They have made it now so it is going to be a 5v5 team battle instead of what it is now, or I apologize, I don't know if it's 7 or 10, I forget. And this is going to also be different rules. So how it is going to be done is a capture the flag type model. There's going to be no mining. So how you're going to get points is going to be from capturing like points as well as killing people. So that is going to be super exciting, as well as they updated the reward system. And also they wanted to let those who like the existing Moon Shadow Forest, so the way Battlefield is now, to know that it will be coming back and that it's going to be a seasonal basis. So they're going to release different types of battlefields that are going to be rotating. I'm assuming this opens the door for more battlefields in the future other than just the capture the flag one and the one we have now. So that is very exciting. And one thing of mention in here that they're changing as well in raids, but the main thing in Battlefield 2 is they're adding a ping system. So you're going to be able to send pings to your team. So like group mid, group here, whatever. I'm assuming we'll have to look more into that once they're there. But I think a ping system is going to really help out Battlefield. And then next, of course, we have the Nine-Tailed Foxes. I'm not going to go through any of that, but they are getting released. We will be going through that in the other video, what they're all going to do and stuff like that. And of course, we're going to get banners for them. So we'll give you lots more info on that later, as well as there's going to be banners for the Water Valkyrie too at the same time, which is kind of weird because we just had an event where we got her for free. But I guess if you missed that event, you can now pull her, or if you want to awaken her, this is a good way to do it. And then we got some new outfits as well, excuse me. And then we got some new SLUT skins for the Ninetales. And then here, okay, so Galagos runes. So what I believe this is saying is we are going to be able to refresh the research cards for crystals. So let's say you get 3 buffs that are absolutely trash. Like I was doing Galagos and I had 3 for Kina / support, which is kind of good, I guess, but I didn't really want them. So it would have been nice if I could have refreshed them, trying to get an Orbia one. So yeah, that seems like what they're changing to Galagos. I think that's what's happening anyway. And then also, yeah, pings are getting added to raids. I kind of already mentioned that a little bit. And then we're also getting a new raid called Beast Nest. However, I think that this raid is going to be very similar to the ones we have now, that the lizard and the butterfly. I apologize, I don't forget exactly. I think it's Reed Hill and Butterfly something. So I think that this Beast Nest is going to be like the next one after that. So I don't think there's going to be like too hard of mechanics or anything with that. And what leads me to believe that is it opens up like relatively early. And yeah. So that's cool. At least probably just going to be some more rewards and stuff like that. And then it's just talking about the symbols and things like that. You can read that if you would like, or you can watch our other video where we go more in depth. But they're also changing rewards to most of the raids. The honorable mention here is going to be seal. So for your support rewards and your regular clear, you're going to get seal coins every single time. That is a nice change, as well as I believe the 6-star rune is a change. I think it was 5-star before that. So essentially they're just making this more end game rewards, which is very nice. Nice to see. And then they're changing the Trial of Ascension hidden rooms, so they're essentially just making less of them, and they're saying that the rewards are going to be improved based on the reduction of levels that they made. And then they did a bunch of changes as well to runes. So they just made basically a bunch of quality of life changes. They're pretty nice, but the honorable mention one is pretty much just that you're going to be able to move massive amounts of runes at once. And then the next thing here is that I want to talk about is there was some guild improvements. Not really too big of a deal, but for guild masters and veterans, you're going to be able to call your guild to the guild town. So this is going to be very helpful for guild raid. They also made a change to all the professions so that you can craft up to 300 consecutively. And then there was some rune set balances down here. So I'm skipping a bunch of this. If you want more information, watch the other video. But they're making some changes here to foresight and evasion, essentially just increasing it by 5%, as well as they're changing destroy runes to work how they worked in Skyrim. AI improvements. I don't want to go through this, but there is some honorable mentions. So assassins always went for mage types, but now they're going to like hardcore go for mage types. They're not going to get distracted. So assassins are going to become very meta as far as killing Orbias. But the next thing that I want to talk about here is very important for Orbias. Warriors are going to be improved so that they attack assassin types first. So warriors are going to be big players for Orbias in order to keep them alive and to help kill this assassin super ASAP, because if you're an Orbia, you know what I'm talking about. Also, they're fixing the archer AI just to make them stand a little bit further away from enemies so that they'll actually just move a little bit more often and move out of some things. And then just two monster ones here. Actually, Udine, the wind one, is getting a massive buff. We all kind of knew that this was coming, so that's a little bit further down. I'm not really going to go through that too much, but she was a big honorable mention for the monster buffs as well. And then we have some changes to Kina and Cleef. The too long didn't read version is essentially Kina is getting a slight buff everywhere, and Cleef is getting a buff in PvE content only. And then there's also the monster balances patch, as I talked about. There's a ton of information here. We never really go through it. Again, as I said, the Win Udine is the big winner of all of this. So if you have her, I definitely recommend going and taking a look at that and seeing if you maybe want to build her. Of course, guys, just events and things like that. There is also a wall of text for fixes and things like that. That is the too long didn't read version of the patch notes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you guys in the next one.